Hello and welcome to the Botcast Football Show, the Bristol United podcast. My name is James, and this week I am pleased to say that I am joined by two of the first team players, Dan Litchell and Billy Gilbertson. How are you both?
Yeah, I'm not bad.
Good.
I'm also very good.
Happy days, mate. Happy days. Right, let's start by first of all doing our mental health and wellbeing check that we always do. Dan, let's start with you, please. On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you?
To be honest with you, James, I'm feeling really good today. I'm probably a 9.5.
Oh, that's good, mate. That is good. I can't really ask what that can be improved on because that is a very good score. So
Well, yeah, there's always stuff to improve on, but yes, it's pretty good, you know.
happy days, mate.
9.5.
Happy days. You were just telling me before we start recording you had a busy day as well. So pretty
Yeah,
hectic day.
I've just had a shower, a bit of a refresh, and now I'm talking to you.
You're ready to go.
Yeah.
Happy days. Bill, yourself, a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah, same as Dan, probably about a 9.5 myself.
Well, that's two very good scores. So I'm glad we got two very positive people on the podcast. So hopefully this will be a good episode, eh?
Yeah, let's hope so.
Fingers crossed. And for what it's worth, I'm I'll say an 8. I just wish it would stop raining. I go on about the weather every single podcast, but it's just been awful, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And we'll come on to it in a minute. But like we were just saying before, hopefully it stops and some football's played the weekend.
Well, I should hope so as well, to be fair.
Yeah, but we can we're in the hands of the gods there, aren't we? Unfortunately, with the weather.
Yeah.
Well, before we get started chatting about the football and that, I just want to say thank you whilst we're on the podcast for the shirt that arrived today. It's very nice of the club to send me the football shirt with my name on the back, which made me smile. So thank you for that, and I will get to a game. I'm hoping to get to Saturday's game. I say it every time, but I am hoping to get to Saturday's game. And if I do come along, I will wear my shirt with pride. So thank you for that.
No problem. In fairness, James, I seen your shirt online, and yours actually got a name on the back, which mine don't. So I'm going to need to speak to John on that one.
Oh dear, maybe I shouldn't have mentioned it.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be a conversation for you and John Swaff, not for this podcast. Right, where should we start, boys? Let's start by getting to know a little bit about both of you. Bill, let's start with you if we can, please. I'll tell you, actually, first of all, I've got a 5 questions each for you relating to football and non-football stuff. Who wants to go first?
I'll let Bill go first.
Yeah, I don't mind, yeah.
Right then, Bill, nothing to worry about, mate. It's simple questions. Question 1, what football team do you support?
Bristol Rovers and Tottenham Hotspurs.
Bristol Rovers. Right. Well, thanks for joining us. You can go now.
Yeah.
Right. And Tottenham Hotspur. Right. Okay. That's a family thing, is it? Bristol Rovers and Tottenham Hotspur. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I'm lucky, but unfortunately that's my club.
yeah. Well, you can't do nothing about it, can you? You can't change your club either, can you? So.
I wish I could.
It could always be worse. I'm not sure how, but it could be worse somehow.
Yeah.
And you never said Bristol United either, which is a bit disappointing, but you know.
Nah, I didn't really like them, to be honest.
Question 2, Bill. Favourite food?
I do like a bit of pasta.
Pasta, yeah.
Oh my God.
Favourite football ground?
Imperial.
Oh, I'm going to let you have that, although not what I was looking for, but I'll let you have it. Favourite drink?
What was that, sorry?
Favourite drink?
That's a good question. I do like a nice orange juice.
Yeah, fair play.
Yeah.
Got to be cold though, hasn't it? You can't have warm orange juice. Jeez.
Oh yeah, I don't know why you would have warm orange juice.
No, but I bet there are some people that like that. But I like a glass of orange, nice cool glass of orange juice. Can't beat it, mate. Can't beat it.
I can imagine Dan likes warm orange juice.
Don't ruin that question just yet. Don't ruin it just yet. And question 5, because Dan's going to have the same question, so unfortunately he gets a chance to think about it.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Question 5, favourite TV show?
Match of the Day.
Match of the Day.
If you would count that as a TV show.
Well, it's on the TV, isn't it? So that certainly
There we go.
certainly does count. Right, you can relax now, mate. Dan, you ready?
I am ready.
Right, football team you support?
So I go with Bristol City, and then Premier League is probably whoever's winning.
We're just Bristol City. Bristol City's a good answer.
Yeah.
Bristol City's a very good answer.
Yeah.
We'll stick with that. And I don't. It's funny you say that actually about the Premier League thing because I would never ask anybody. Some people say, "Oh, what Premier League team do you support?" But why have you got to support a Premier League team?
Well, exactly.
And in a couple of years' time, Bristol City will be a Premier League team. So you. It's good to have a bit of comedy on the podcast, isn't it?
Yeah.
That favourite food?
I like a lot of seafood, to be fair. So prawns, mussels, and different things like that.
Yeah, happy days, happy days. Favourite football ground?
Probably I've been to the Etihad 3 times now, I think, and well, 4 times actually, because I watched Bristol City against Man City when that was on, and yeah, it'd probably be the Etihad, to be fair.
Yeah, good answer. I haven't been there, so I can't comment, but it looks good on the TV. Favourite drink?
I quite liked a cactus fruit Red Bull. But yeah, I do like orange juice a bit, and it's got to be cold, to be fair. Coming back to Bill.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know I know what Red Bull is. What is a cactus fruit? Just the flavour of it, is it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it's in a green can.
Right.
And,
right. Well, I do like the Red Bull, so
yeah, it's a nice flavour.
I'll keep an eye out when I'm in the shop next for it, see if I can get one and try it. And finally, mate, favourite TV show?
Currently watching Sex Education at the moment. But as a whole, my favourite TV show would probably be the last couple of months, The Punisher. I've watched that on Netflix. Yeah, it was alright.
Right, well, I haven't seen
too much else.
I've seen a couple of episodes of Sex Education. The wife was watching it, and yeah, I got to be honest. If I'm being honest,
it's a bit daft, to be honest.
Yeah, I find a lot of programs. I watch a couple of episodes, and I just get bored of them. But
yeah, it is a bit daft. But we've actually followed this one through for quite a bit now, and we're on the last season. So
fair enough.
Finish that at some point.
Yeah, happy days. Well, thanks for your answers, boys. I don't think you embarrassed yourself too much, apart from.
Bill supporting Rovers.
Yeah, so I knew that was coming.
We'll let that slide. Right, so obviously now we've got to know a little bit about you both. Now we need to find out a little bit about your footballing journeys. So, Bill, let's start with you, please, if we can. Your footballing journey that's led you to being a key player for Bristol United, please.
So I haven't actually played too much amateur football compared to like some of our players, I would say. A lot of 5-a-side when I was younger, and I did play 11-a-side for a little bit, but not too much really. But then Dan joined Car Paintwear Race, and he's playing for a team called Cross Court.
Right.
And I ended up going along for a couple of training sessions, getting back into football. And played for Cross Court for 2 or 3 seasons when it down, and then obviously Bristol United started, and that is pretty much it.
So the Bristol United connection when you started playing Bristol United, was that because of Dan, or was that because your dad started at the club, or?
So I got back into football because of Dan.
Yeah.
And some stuff happened with our old club, and like we kind of set up a new club. To take over the old club, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, like, all of our players pretty much joined Bristol United. I was one of them, so was Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you enjoy it?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
Well, you seem very enthusiastic about it, so that's the main thing.
Yeah.
And how do you find playing for your dad?
Yeah, it's good. I would say he's a half decent manager, not a good one, because I know he's listening to this. But yeah, no, it is good, and it's a laugh a lot of the time, because obviously I would say we're a very close squad, and getting the chance to play with my 3 brothers, and obviously being managed by my dad's obviously a good thing as well. But yeah, I would say it's pretty good.
Yeah, and do you think that he is more harsh on you because you're his son?
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, 100%. It's kind of died down a bit, but when the club first started and his first manager, yeah, we couldn't hardly do anything without getting shouted at by him.
He was setting the tone for you for the rest of the players, wasn't he? Probably that's what it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you're having a good season, and personally, you're having a decent season as well, aren't you? So you must be quite pleased.
Yeah. Yeah, it's alright. I would like to do a bit better. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm capable of more, but yeah, I would say I'm having a better season than the last one, but yeah, still room for improvement, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a fair assessment. I think for anybody and anything you do, there's always room for improvement, isn't it? I mean, I was looking at both of your player profiles today because I'm sad and haven't got anything better to do. And match stats: 14 appearances, 3 goals, 7 assists. Weakness, fitness level, strength, passing, and vision. So, like you said, I suppose the weakness is something to improve on. And mate, not for 1 second, I'm going to suggest you need to get fitter. I'm totally unfit. But that is what it said on your player profile. So,
Yeah. I mean, it is a fact. I do need to get.
John will say different.
what would you like to improve on? I mean, 3 goals, 7 assists. I suppose that's something else you'd like to improve as well. I take it.
Yeah, I think I got a couple more goals since that, so I'm on a bit more. But the aim is to hopefully finish the season with double digits in goals, and hopefully I would like to get about 15 plus assists.
Yeah, fair play.
But yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, and I'll obviously work hard to get.
Yeah, I mean, there's still quite a few games left, isn't there, as well, which is
Yeah.
good.
I think it's about 13 or 14 games, somewhere like
Yeah,
that.
because I was looking today as well, and I was looking at the fixtures coming up for the rest of the season. I noticed the season's been extended into May now as well, which seems
Yeah.
quite a late finish to the season. But I'm not saying it's a bad thing; it's a good thing, if anything. The more football, the better. But it does seem quite late for the season to end. But yeah, so that's your goals for the rest of the season. Obviously, for the team to do well and get a few more goals and a few more assists as well.
Yeah, that's the aim. Yeah.
Happy days. Right, Dan, mate, your footballing journey, please.
To be honest with you, James, mine is pretty similar to Bill's. Not much amateur football in background, really. I joined a team called Cutters Friday.
Yep.
With with Ash, who's also been on the pod before.
Yeah.
And we started there, and then they basically had too many players, and Bubs at the time, the manager of Crosscourt, was struggling for players, and so he knew the manager of Cutters. So we went over to play for Crosscourt, me and Ash, at the time, and then we just carried on playing for them because we was getting game time because they didn't have enough players, and then we started work for Sam's company, Carpaint Morris, who was a sponsor of Bristol United.
Yeah.
And then from there, I met Billy. And then from there, it kind of just spiraled into us playing, like Bill explained earlier, for Bristol United.
Yeah, happy days, mate. Happy days. And I mean, I know it's a silly question to ask because you're probably not going to say no, but you enjoy it as well, playing for the club.
Yeah, I do. And like Bill said before, it's a really close squad. I mean, obviously he's got his family playing with him. I've also got me workmates, Bill being one of them, Josh being one of them, Tom being one of them, Sam there as well. And it's just a great laugh, obviously, to build up in work throughout the week, talking about the football. The Saturday, obviously got the game, and then back in on Monday chatting about the game, and it just flows through all the way through the week. And obviously talking about team selection and everything like that. It's quite exciting, to be fair.
Yeah, that's good. It's good. It's nice. I mean, it's one thing that I've been impressed with the club since I sort of started getting involved at the start of the season is how much of a decent team spirit there is as well, which is good for any single club, isn't it? You know, it can't do no harm whatsoever.
Well, yeah, exactly, and that was one of the main goals of the club anyway, was to keep it more family friendly, where obviously the girlfriends, the wives, and other family members can come and watch, and it has resonated because we do get a load of followers follow us around to games and stuff like that,
Yeah, it's
and
good.
just everyone around the club's just really nice, and it is a club to want to play for.
Yeah, happy days, happy days. It's a good advert for the club, definitely. And I was looking at your stats earlier, and again, they might have changed since these were put up on Twitter, but 17 appearances, 1 goal, 0 assists, which I shouldn't mention that, but 0 assists. Weakness, turning circle, and strength, determination. So that's I mean that's a great strength to have in any walk of life. Determination is always a good thing. Turning circle, I'm guessing that means your speed at turning.
Well, yeah, yeah. I'm not the quickest of turners. Yeah,
Yeah,
it'd be like the
they put
Titanic trying to turn around. Some people would describe that.
they put I like it on Twitter. They put turning circle with a circle next to it, just to
Yeah.
just to emphasise that as well. I
Yeah,
thought
that's
that was
good.
quite funny, to be honest. But yeah. So I mean, again, your goals for the rest of the season, I suppose, are similar to Bill's, aren't they? Hopefully, get a few more goals and just help the team push on.
Obviously, being a centre back is slightly different for me. I don't particularly care about goals. It's more about stopping them, and obviously, it is nice to get a goal. And when I did, it was a really good feeling. You know what I mean? Came off from the bench, got a goal, and managed to wiggle myself back into the side after a couple of not poor performances, just out of form.
Yeah, well,
And
everybody goes through bad form at times, don't they, mate?
no, well, yeah, exactly. And like I said to you earlier, back in the gym, get me fitness up, and I'm definitely took my shirt back. So
Yeah, fair play. I mean,
that's
really,
the main
on
thing.
these player profiles, if you're a defender, it should have clean sheets and things like that, shouldn't it, rather than assists? I mean,
Yeah,
does seem a bit
yeah.
unfair. Does seem a bit unfair, doesn't it?
It's made me look bad, but I can assure you, it's not as bad as what it looks.
No, and also you're both you're part of a team as well, aren't you? And the team collective is more important than your individual stats as well, I suppose. So, which leads us nicely on to the next sort of topic. Currently, and again, I read this about half an hour ago, so hopefully this is right. Bristol United currently sit fourth in the table. Played 15 on 27 points, and it's quite close at the top as well. So the last game you played was against Park Knoll.
That in a double fixture, that one
Double
was, yeah.
fixture, two 1 hour games, and a decent win for the club. And I know when I spoke to John last, he was sort of,
Yeah.
I think he said that his target was at least 4 points from the two games.
Yeah, and with that game, to be honest with you, obviously when we played the first game, and it was obviously it was really nice to get the win, but then coming off with 4 points, like you would imagine everyone's had that. Oh yeah, we just took 4 points, but it was kind of disappointing at the same time because I do think we could have actually went on and won it. There was just a couple of chances that could have been finished quite easily, and their keeper, you've got to take her off to him. He made some nice saves, but to me it felt a little bit disappointing that we didn't go for the six, and I think there was a few players who felt the same.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I would agree
and
that pretty much
I think
across the
Bill would,
board.
yeah,
Well,
yeah. So there is that, but obviously taking 4 points like this, you should be happy with that, you know?
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, and I mean, to play like two games back to back as well, it takes a great team effort as well, doesn't it, to do that?
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I've never played a double fixture in my life, so you're not going to get any criticism from me, that's for sure.
No, that was the first one I've played, to be fair, as well.
Yeah, and I mean, there could be more before the end of the season with the way the fixtures are going at the moment, but
I think we got another one coming up soon. I can't remember who it's against, but I know we have got one coming up.
This area,
against them pretty soon as well.
doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me at all.
I think it's against Bristol boys, actually.
I was going to say, I thought it might
I think they're
Because I was going to mention
top of
that
the
in a minute,
league. I
because I was
think it's
looking at the
Bristol boys.
fixtures. You got 3 home games, and then you got Bristol boys, who were on the website. They're the home team, but they play at Imperial as well, do they?
They don't play at Imperial.
No, but that fixture on the full-time website, which is where I go and look at the fixtures, etc. That fixture for Bristol boys is at Imperial.
Yeah, I think we've already contacted the league about it.
Yeah.
So they've obviously just made it official on the website, I assume.
Right. Okay. Right. Well, that I mean, especially with the 4G and that, it makes a lot of sense to have it there.
Yeah.
If it's being played on the 4G and at least the game will go ahead then. But I mean, like I just said, you got 3 home games in a row coming up. So Bill, you must be looking to take advantage of the home advantage.
Yeah, because I know it sounds silly, but it's definitely a bit of a thing, even in amateur football, I would say, because you're just a bit more comfortable. I know there ain't a crowd or anything to cheer you on and build against you, but it's like I said, it's just a bit more of a comfortable routine turning up to your home ground, where everything is, and I would say it's just a bit more relaxed in being at home. I would say that's the benefit of it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can understand that. I think, like you just said, anybody that plays at any level of football, I think they would always choose a home fixture against an away fixture. And for both of you, do you prefer playing on the 4G or grass?
Oh, 4G, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say the same. Apart from when you're sliding in and you get some nice burn on your backside. But
is that because the surface is that because the surface is truer?
Yeah.
I'd say so. Yeah.
See, it's funny because from a spectator point of view, I'd always rather watch a game on grass than I would on 4G. But I think the way that football's going now, and especially with, like we said, with the issues we're having with the weather, more and more clubs are going to try and get 4G installed. And I totally understand it. Totally understand it. I'm not a big fan of it, but I think I got to get used to it.
Yeah. A good grass pitch is definitely better than the 4G, but like you said, the majority of pitches you play on they aren't that good. Yeah.
No, that is a problem. A lot of the Bristol council pitches aren't great, but again, they are what they are. I mean, I think I watched a lot of the games on YouTube, and the one thing that I think everybody finds annoying up at Imperial is when the ball hits the wire going across.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes that happens a lot more than others, doesn't it?
It do, yeah. But the thing is with that also is that each referee's different with the rules that they play as it comes off of it. A lot of the time, once it hits the wire, some referees say, "Oh, carry on and just play the game how it is." If it comes off one way, it's an advantage. If it comes off the other way, it's a disadvantage. It just is what it is. Or the other way is it'll stop the game and then it'd be either a drop ball or the last person to have it would have the ball again. And it is annoying at times. But if it were me, I'd rather just play on and just have the disadvantage. It just is what it is.
Saved us a few times though, isn't it?
Yeah, that was Sam's defending that was as well.
Yeah, so. Blame Sam.
Yeah, I suppose that's a benefit of it sometimes, isn't it? But yeah, so I mean, a decent start to the new year through January and into February. Obviously, it hasn't helped with games being called off because of the weather. But again, that's everybody at every level has had that issue, haven't they? And this coming Saturday, you're at home against Made Forever Reserves. Now that's for anybody that's listening is interested. That's a 2:00 kickoff at Imperial. I know we were chatting just briefly before, but we're not sure if that's on 4G or grass at the moment.
No, that's correct. Yeah, and the time may change. So I've been told whether we get to 4G or not.
Right, okay, right.
For the kickoff, that is, yeah.
Right, okay, right, but that'd be good.
Yeah.
When I say that'd be good, obviously it'd be good to get the game on. So if it is on the 4G at a different time, that's the main thing, getting the game on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not later, because I do want to come on Saturday. But if it's later than 2:00 kickoff, I don't think I'll be able to, because I have plans Saturday night. But I'm not the important thing in this. To getting the game on is the important thing. You both looking forward to the game?
Yeah, can't wait. Cause, we didn't have a game last week, so you're just itching for a game, aren't you? It's just the way it goes.
Yeah, and I think when you play Made Forever Reserves away up at Southey Park, that's the one game I've been to this season, which is awful, but it is the one game I've been to this season, and it wasn't the greatest first half. So if I do come along Saturday and the first half isn't great, I will take blame for it.
No, we didn't have the greatest game.
No, the second half was okay. I just remember John not being very happy at halftime, and that's putting it nicely. But again, everybody has bad days, don't they? And I think since that game, the season's actually improved quite a bit. So sometimes having a bad game could improve the season overall. So, like I said, it's the first of 3 home games coming up. So I think, I don't know what your boys' thoughts are, but it's looking positive going into sort of like the final third of the season.
Yeah. Obviously, we are, as it stands, currently 4th.
Yeah.
As you said earlier. And obviously, it's another good chance to take some points and move up the league. And that's the main goal, really.
I was looking at some stats as well earlier, and you're only one of 2 teams to be unbeaten in the last 6 games in the league. Ironically, the other team is Made Forever Reserves. So that bodes well for a good game of football for anybody who's got along to watch on Saturday for an entertaining game, I would say.
Yeah, in fairness, obviously, at the beginning of the season, we all know that we wasn't at the levels we should have been. No one can really put a finger on what actually went wrong at the beginning of the season. But obviously we've turned it around now, and obviously we need to take it into the game on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, John's mentioned that on a couple of previous podcasts we've done, that the start of the season wasn't great, but I mean, I'm a firm believer, and it's pointless looking back. You can only look forwards. You can't change the past, but you can change the future, can't you? So onwards and upwards, I would say.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and being at home, it also helps. So
yeah, and like I said, for anybody who's interested in going on Saturday, as things stand at the time of recording this, which is Thursday evening, it's 2:00 kickoff at Imperial. But check, if you're going to go and watch, please check the social media on Twitter for any updates on change of kickoff times. So I just want to, as I always do, say to anybody who's listening, please check out the social media, the Twitter account, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. The game on Saturday, I think I'm right in saying this, the game on Saturday will be live on YouTube as well.
Yeah, as they always are.
Yeah, which is very good. Good coverage on YouTube. A lot of videos on there to watch for anybody that's listening. The Twitter feed is usually got some entertaining stuff on as well. The video, if you haven't watched any of them, the videos on, have you both you boys done a 20 questions on YouTube?
I believe so.
Yeah, I've done a 20 questions, and have you done a?
I have. I'm not sure if it's been uploaded. I'm pretty sure it has, but I'm not 100% on that. Actually.
No, I know I've watched them, but I can't remember it was a little while ago now. I can't remember who was on there, but anyway, whoever's on there, they're usually quite entertaining, and you can find out if they prefer match of the day or sex, which is what everybody wants to know. So no, but it's all good, and like I said, the social media coverage for the club is very good and growing all the time, which I know is important for the club. So, Saturday, 2:00 kickoff at the moment at Imperial. Check it out. Check out all the social media and give the club a follow on everything if you don't do so already. So, boys, I just want to say a big thank you for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. I appreciate your time. And hopefully I will see you both on Saturday. For everybody that's listening and listened to the previous podcast, if you haven't listened to the previous ones, please check them out. They're all on Podbean, Spotify, and they are on the Bristol United social media channels as well, and on YouTube. Thank you. Please keep spreading the word about the podcast and downloading. It really does help everybody and sort of increases the reach of the club as well, which is the most important thing for doing these as well. Boys, have a good evening, whatever you're up to, and enjoy the rest of your week. Hopefully I'll see you on Saturday, and hopefully it'll be a good game of football for everybody to enjoy. Thank you to everybody that's listened, and have a good week. If you're off to a game, enjoy it, but whatever you're up to, look after yourself.